Yeshayahu, Isaiah chapter 8. And Yahuah said to me, Take a large tablet, and write on it with a man's pen concerning Meher Shalel Cheshbez, and let me take reliable witnesses to record Uriah the Kohen, and Zachariahu, son of Yahweh. And I went to the Neviah, and she conceived, and bore a son. And Yahuah said to me, Call his name Meher Shalel Cheshbez, for before the child knows to cry, My father and my mother, the riches of Damasek and the spoil of Shamaron is taken away before the sovereign of Ashur. And Yahuah spoke to me again, saying, Inasmuch as these people refused the waters of Shiloah that flow softly, and rejoice in reason and in Ramel Yahu's son, now therefore, see, Yahuah brings up over them the watchers of the river, strong and mighty, the sovereign of Ashur and all his esteem, and he shall come up over all his channels, and go over all his banks, and he shall pass through Yehudah. He shall overflow and pass over, reaching up to the neck, and the stretching out of his wings shall fill the breadth of your land, O Emmanuel. Be shattered, O you peoples, and be broken in pieces. Give ear, all you from the far places of the earth. Gird yourselves, but be broken in pieces. Gird yourselves, but be broken in pieces. Take counsel, and it comes to naught. Speak a word, and it does not stand, for El is with us. For Yahuah spoke thus to me with a strong hand, and instructed me that I should not walk in the way of this people, saying, Do not say a conspiracy concerning all that this people call a conspiracy, nor be afraid of their threats, nor be troubled. Yahuah of hosts, him you shall kadosh, let him be your reverence, and let him be your awe, and he shall be for a mikdash, but a stone of stumbling and a rock that makes for falling to both the houses of Yisrael, as a trap and a snare to the inhabitants of Jerusalem. And many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and snared and taken. Bind up the witness, seal the Torah among my Talmudim, and I shall wait on Yahuah, who hides his face from the house of Yaakov, and I shall look for him. Look, I and the children whom Yahuah has given me, for signs and wonders in Yisrael, from Yahuah of hosts, who dwells in Mount Zion. And when they say to you, Seek those who are mediums and wizards who whisper and mutter, should not a people seek their Elohim? Should they seek the dead on behalf of the living? To the Torah and to the witness. If they do not speak according to this word, it is because they have no daybreak. And they shall pass through it hard-pressed and hungry. And it shall be when they are hungry that they shall be wroth and curse their sovereign and their Elohim, looking upward. And they shall look to the earth and see distress and darkness, gloom of hard times, and be driven into thick darkness. Yeshayahu, Isaiah chapter 9. But there is no gloom upon her who is distressed, as when at first he humbled the land of Zebulun and the land of Naphtali, and afterward more heavily oppressed her by the way of the sea beyond the Yarden, in Galilee of the nations. The people who were walking in darkness have seen a great light. Upon those who dwelt in the land of the shadow of death a light has shone. You shall increase the nation, you shall make its joy great. They shall rejoice before you, as in the joy of harvest, as men rejoice when they divide the spoil. You shall break the yoke of his burden and the staff of his shoulder, the rod of his oppressor, as in the day of Midian. For every boot of one trampling in tumult, and coat rolled in blood, shall be used for burning and fuel for fire. For a child shall be born unto us, a bane shall be given unto us, and the rule is on his shoulder, and his name is called Wonder, Counselor, Strong El, Father of continuity, Prince of peace. Of the increase of his rule and peace there is no end upon the throne of David and over his reign, to establish it and sustain it with right ruling and with righteousness from now on, even forever. The ardor of Yahweh of hosts does this. Yahweh sent a word against Yaakov, and it has fallen on Yisrael. And the people shall know, all of them, Ephraim and the inhabitant of Shamaron, who say in pride and greatness of heart, the bricks have fallen down, but we rebuild with hewn stones. The sycamores are cut down, but we replace them with cedars. And Yahuah raised the adversaries of reason against him, and stirred up his enemies, the Arameans, before and the Palestinites behind. And they devour Yisrael with an open mouth. With all this, his displeasure has not turned back, and his hand is still stretched out. And the people have not turned back to him who smites them, nor have they sought Yahweh of hosts. And Yahweh cuts off head and tail from Yisrael, palm branch and reed, in one day. Elder and highly respected, he is the head. The Nevi who teaches falsehood, he is the tail. For the leaders of this people lead astray, and those who are guided by them are swallowed up. Therefore Yahweh does not rejoice over their young men, and has no compassion on their fatherless and widows. For everyone is defiled and evil, and every mouth speaks foolishness. With all this, his displeasure has not turned back, and his hand is still stretched out. For wickedness burns as the fire, it consumes thorn bushes and weeds, and lights the bushes of the forest ablaze, and they roll up like rising smoke. The land shall be burned up by the wrath of Yahweh of hosts, and the people be as fuel for the fire. A man shall not spare his brother, and cut down on the right hand, but shall be hungry, and he devours on the left hand, but shall not be satisfied, each one devouring the flesh of his own arm. Manasseh, Ephraim, and Ephraim, Manasseh, together they are against Yehudah. With all this, his displeasure has not turned back, and his hand is still stretched out.